Hi everyone, this is Sam, and today I'm going to talk about this video is about part two of quadratic series. So I have talked about some basic structure in a way to solve quadratic equation in later video. If this is on YouTube, I'm gonna link the first part in the description below, and it is on Facebook. I'm gonna put the front video in the caption. So this is the part two. In this part, I'm going to talk about factorization. So factorization is the first method, the first method of solving quadratic equation. So what is factorization actually mean? Factorizing is you separating some part into a number, or like maybe in this case a polynomial, a quadratic equation, into the part that we can separate. If the product becoming the quadratic equation again. So if we say we're gonna factorize 6, it's become 2 and 3. We know that. This is the basis of factorization. So factorization is just separating a number. Okay. So before getting factorization, we have talked about a quadratic equation. It exists in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c. So when we want to solve equation, especially in factorization, we're gonna make this whole equation and make it equal into 0. If it doesn't equal into 0, we're gonna make it equal into 0. So it's just easier for us to solve the problems. Okay. So why do we make it 0? Okay, in mathematics, let's say if we multiply two things, let's say we multiply A and B, and if both the product of A and B is 0, we can regard it as both A and B are 0. So what we're going to do in this factorization of quadratic equation is on based on this fact. Okay, so we're gonna factorize a quadratic equation and make it sound like the product equals 0, and we're gonna solve it, and we're gonna find the solution. Most of the time, the solution of a quadratic fashion is two number or two integers, or it could be like two real numbers. Okay, we're gonna do our exercise. We're gonna do this pair with real number. So it could be real number, it could be number, it could be any numbers. Okay, most of the time it had to answer, because I have said before in the former video that the quadratic equation has such an ambiguity. Okay, so most of the time it has to answer. So there's a lot of way to in which we can factorize numbers. So let's start with the first one. So the first one is we're gonna factorize a number. This number come in a form of, we're gonna call it different square. Different square. So it exists in the form of 8 square minus a square. Okay, we have known about this, right? We have seen it in earlier algebra classes. This is how we're gonna, this is equal to 8 minus a and 8 plus a. So something is like, if we see some quadratic equation that look like two square in each other, we're gonna factorize it into these two binomial here. Okay, so it's gonna be like if 8 square minus a square equals 0, this is going to become like 8 minus a equals 0, or it could be something like 8 plus a equals 0, isn't it? Okay, it will make it easier to see. So the answer would be 8 equal to a, or 8 equal minus a, isn't it? So difference between square, I think it is quite easier. Okay, so I'm gonna put some real number solutions so for you able to understand it a bit more further. Let's say it. We see 8 square minus 25 equals 0. So it's gonna be look like 8 minus 5 or 8 plus 5 equals 0, isn't it? Because 25 is like 5 square. So it's gonna be look like this. And then we're gonna make it into 8 minus 5 equals 0 or 8 plus 5 equals 0. So the answer would be 8 equal to 5 or 8 equal to minus 5, isn't it? So the difference between square is a method we can use to factorize it. Okay? So another thing we can use to factorize it if we see something, some quadratic fashion that look like this. Let's say it. Number 2 is complete square. Complete square. So complete square, I'm sorry. Okay. So complete square is something that we see most of the time in quadratic equation. It doesn't really come when we use the actual data that we found in nature or we find in our life, but most of the time in problems, we see it. So complete square or perfect square, we can use it. Sorry, we're not going to use complete square term. We're going to use perfect square. Okay? So I have talked about perfect square the other day. Perfect square is x in the form of x square plus kx plus k by 2 the whole square. So we can factorize this into we're gonna make it into seems like k plus x plus k by 2 the whole square. How it's going to happen? Okay, it's just a little bit complicated when I show you guys in the form of this, but I'm gonna put real number. I'm gonna put numeric to make it more sense for you guys. Okay, so we can do something like 8 squared plus 4x plus 4. Okay, so it's going to be make it like 8 plus 2 the whole square. Why? Because it is the same as 8 plus 2 and 8 plus 2. Why? I'm going to calculate it. So 8 plus 2 and 8 plus 2 is going to make 8 squared plus 2x plus 2x plus 4. So it's going to make a squared plus 4x plus 4. If you want to try it even more, you can try this pair like a squared plus 6x plus 9 is equal with a plus 3 the whole square. And then a squared plus 8 plus 16 is equal with a plus 4 the whole square. So this is the structure over here. The first number is supposed to be the square of the first part. The second number is supposed to be the square of the second part. And the third number is supposed to be the product of the two numbers multiplied with 2. So when the quadratic fashion that we are seeing come in the form of something like this, we can make it into this part. And let's think about this furthermore. If the number that we use x in the part, something like this, k by 2 the whole square equals 0, because we always have to make something equal 0. If doesn't equal 0, we have to send it there and make it 0. And then it's going to be like h plus k by 2 equals 0. So the answer would be h equal to minus k by 2, something like this, okay? So we can also use something like this when we encounter this complete square type to factorize it. So I feel like this video is taken. Okay, so this video is taken about a few minutes. I can't really take more than 15 minutes for my YouTube video because I don't verify it. I haven't verified it, so I'm gonna figure it out even more. But yes, so today I've talked about two form of factorization. The first form is we just different between squares. So something square subtract something square become something plus something and something minus something, the product of these two things. And the second thing I have about perfect square is just k plus k x plus k by 2, I'm sorry, h plus kx plus k by 2 whole square. So I'm gonna put some bit of exercise for for you guys to do it in the description box, okay? So I feel like this is all for part 2. In part 3, I'm gonna talk furthermore about factorization method, and I hope to make a long series about this kind of fraction. So I hope this is all for today. Have a very nice day. Goodbye.